Hello,
Hi.
my name's Tara Nelson. I'm a recent graduate from Campbellsville University. I graduated with a degree in social work, and you're actually my first client. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your name?
Monica Brown.
Monica Brown. You prefer Monica?
Yes.
All right, Monica. So I want to go over some of the confidentiality forms. Basically, what it is anything that we talk about will not be talked about, or you won't have to worry about hearing outside of the room unless you state that you plan on hurting yourself or someone else, or if I'm subpoenaed by the court. Is that okay?
Mhm.
All right. So what brings you in today?
I'm failing my classes, and I have not been attending my classes.
Oh, okay. So what happened to where you're failing your classes?
Well, it's just one class. My math class. It's very hard. The teacher does not know how to teach, and after I get frustrated, I just stop attending class and teach myself how to do it.
All right. So what makes you think that he doesn't know how to teach? Why do you think he doesn't know?
He will assign us all our assignments first, and then teach us how to do it after we had already did the problems.
Okay. So what you're saying is that you wasn't learning uh, by him just giving you the assignments and then teaching it afterwards. Is that correct?
Correct.
So let me ask you, did you reach out to him and let him know?
Yes, he told me to go to math lab. I went to math lab. The people at math lab told us that they didn't understand the way he was teaching it, and that we had to learn by his way. He didn't like doing it other ways, so they kind of was no help.
Okay. And so did that add to the frustration of you
Yes.
not going to the class? Okay. And so when did you actually stop going to class?
Like a week ago.
A week and a half ago. So when you stopped going to the class, did the professor reach out to you and or ask you how come you weren't coming to the classes, or if you were having trouble with your classes?
No.
He never said anything to you about it? Okay. Well, what about the math lab? Since they said that they didn't understand how he was teaching it, did you reach out to someone else that maybe would understand a little bit better than what you were understanding?
I have other people in my class I'm friends with, and they kind of understand it, but if not, we just cheat off a math app and get the answers.
Okay. So how did that get you? I mean, you said you cheat off the math app.
Mhm.
So was that helping you pass the class so far? You know.
It passed
So
all
far?
the homework except for the test.
Okay. So really, your test showed that you didn't understand.
Yeah.
Did he reach out to you then when he saw that you wasn't passing the quizzes or the math?
No.
No. Okay. So what other have you reached out to someone else, or what other avenues have you taken to try to get a better understanding of the classes?
None. I talked to my advisor. My advisor just told me that if I end up failing the classes, I could just take a fall semester with a different teacher.
Okay. And do you still have enough time? I know it's probably 2 weeks into the class.
Yes.
Okay. So would you be interested in if I could assist you in finding other help so you wouldn't fail the class?
Yes.
Would you be willing to try those, even if it's group sessions or individual sessions?
That's fine.
Okay. What about your friends? Do you feel more comfortable tutoring with a group of kids that can kind of help each other, or would you prefer one-on-one?
A group.
A group? Why a group? You think?
It may be easier in a group, especially since we all have the same teacher.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Well, what I want to do with our first session, I do want to follow up with you to see how you're doing in your classes, but I also want to get you hooked up with maybe a group session where it's a group of students, but I also want to try and find someone for you that can do a one-on-one with you, so you can have a better understanding of the classes, and then you could get that individual attention. How do you feel about that?
That's fine.
Do you think that that would help you as far as giving you more motivation to go to class if you understood the class better?
Yes.
Okay. And let me ask you, what about your professor? What about if I was to reach out to him and kind of convey what you have told, well, not really told me, but kind of convey some concerns, or how do you feel about that?
That's fine. It may take them some days to reply back.
Okay. All right, but that's something that we can work on. Did you have any other questions about your classes? Is anything else that's keeping you from going to your classes? Do you enjoy going to attending school?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, what goals would you set for yourself? If we do all the, we can get you hooked up to an individual tutor and a group session. What goals could you set for yourself?
At least pass the class with a C.
At least pass the class with a C. Okay. Or C. What about a higher grade if you could?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Do you have anyone else that you can talk to when do you get stressed about the class, or
No.
no? Do you have anyone that you can talk to about the class, or that you can kind of vent to?
No.
No, none of your friends. You don't talk to them.
I mean, we all have the same class, so we all don't understand.
Okay, so you all already talk about that you don't understand. Well, let me ask you: have you guys went to the teacher to talk to him as a group? Maybe if a group of kids go to him as one, that he would receive it better.
Maybe.
Have you all thought of that?
No.
Do you think that would be something that you could talk to your group of friends and say, well, maybe if we all rally together and go talk to him and bring our concerns to him, that he would be more willing to listen? What do you think?
Maybe. We all have different class times, though.
But he is aware, he knows who you all are, even though you have different class times.
He should, I would think.
Okay, so even if you guys were to go together, he would still know who you are, because it's the same. He's teaching the same class to all of you all. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you feel about our session today? How do you feel? Does it make you feel better that you were able to actually talk to someone about it?
Yes.
Okay. So, what about if we do some follow-ups? Because I really do want to make sure that you get an understanding of the class, because I don't want to see you fail the class. I would like you to be successful in the class, so that way I feel like if you are successful in the class, it will motivate you to do better in not only this class but other classes. What do you think?
That's fine.
Okay. So let's look at maybe coming back in maybe a week or so and meeting up with one another, and then you can tell me how it's been. By that time, I would have reached out to a tutor that can do one-on-one, and also connect you with someone that's be able to do group sessions with you as well. But in the meantime, I would also like you to reach out to your professor. Okay, would that be something that you could do?
Yes.
Okay, reach out to him and just tell him your concerns, and what your frustrations are, and see what he says. And then when we talk in about a week or two, then we can talk about the conversation that you all had. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
All right, but if you have any problems or any questions that you may have before we meet in a week or two, you can come out of my office, or you can even call me, and I'll make time to talk with you.
Okay.
Did you have any questions for me
No.
before we end our session?
No, that's all.
Okay, well, it was very nice meeting you, Monica, and I hope that this won't be our last time meeting. I hope that it did kind of motivate you, or you got some relief out of our meeting. Okay?
Okay.
All right, nice meeting you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye bye.